Okay, so Happy New Year, first of all. Yeah, okay. So the live stream is fine. Actually, I had some issues with the live stream. I'm at my house, brother. I'm at my house. And I hope you all are fine. 10:33 सो कर रहा था. हाँ 10:33 पे ही तो स्टार्ट हुआ ना. And hi Chris Majumdar, Chris bhai, hello bhai, hello. And I hope the new year is going great for all of you. Hello. Age, my age, I am 26 years old and ending the day with testicles भाई. आपसे एक सवाल है, कर लो साइनाथ, डेफिनेटली करो. And Happy New Year, Tetsu. Hello, Happy New Year, brother. Happy New Year. I hope everyone is doing fine in their life. And it's pretty cold at my place. Hello, brother. Love your content. Thank you so much. Have you ever done face? क्या क्या लिखे थे, दिखा नहीं. संजना, Monster versus your life, your lies in April, I guess. Monster, definitely. Your lies in April मुझे उतना बढ़िया नहीं लगा था, ठीक ठाक लगा था. हाय ब्रदर, हेलो. ठंड बढ़ गई है. हाँ ठंड बढ़ गई है. Happy New Year, brother. Happy New Year. Why Indian people have low media literacy? We cannot generalize it by saying that because देखो मेन थिंग इज कि इंडियंस हैव बीन अंडर, मैं वही पुराना चीज़ बोलना नहीं चाहता क्योंकि इंडियन बाकी लोगों को लगता है कि इट इज़ लाइक एन एक्सक्यूज, बट इफ़ यू गो टू द विलेज एरियाज द लाइफ हैजंट बीन रियली समथिंग डिफरेंट डिस्पाइट हैविंग अ स्मार्टफोन होने का मतलब ये नहीं है कि योर मीडिया लिटरेसी इज ग्रोइंग. Maybe you are being fed with the same kind of stories you have been comfortable with, and this is how lower media literacy happens when you are being comfortable too much under the comfort zone. इंडिया में यही प्रॉब्लम है कि मेजोरिटी ऑफ द पीपल रिगार्डलेस ऑफ द विलेज एरियाज और द सिटीज पीपल हैव अ स्ट्रिक्ट रिजिडिटी विद इन देमसेल्व्स कि मैं कंफर्ट जोन के बाहर नहीं जाऊंगा. जब तक कंफर्ट जोन के बाहर जाके कुछ चीज़ों को ब्रॉडर सेंस पे एंजॉय नहीं करोगे या कंज्यूम नहीं करोगे, मीडिया लिटरेसी कभी स्टार्ट नहीं होगा, क्रिएट नहीं होगा. ठीक है. सो दिस इज द रीजन व्हाट आई हैव ऑब्जर्व्ड पीपल हैज दिस प्रॉब्लम इन इंडिया. 26 years, हाउ डू यू फील टू बी ओल्ड लाइक दैट सर? आई हैड अ डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ फीलिंग सिंस माई 24. लाइक जब मैं 24 का हो गया था तब से ही थोड़ा अलग फील होना स्टार्ट हो गया था. Like the biggest thing which will be changing in your life after you become an adult, like 18-19 से बाद ही ये ट्रांजिशन स्टार्ट हो जाएगा, 23 तक एंड हो जाएगा. और 24 को तुम्हें सबसे बढ़िया झटका मिलेगा अपने लाइफ पे. वो है कि अब पैसे कमा के फैमिली को सपोर्ट करना है एंड यू हैव टू बी वेरी मच स्ट्रिक्ट अबाउट योर करियर कि हाँ जितना बकचोदी हो चुका है मेरे लाइफ पे, अब फोकस करना ही है. ऑल्दो आई वॉज ऑलवेज फोकस्ड, मेरे करियर में ऑलवेज मैं बहुत ही ज़्यादा स्ट्रिक्ट था, बट मैं एज अ होल मैं बोल रहा कि 26 ईयर ओल्ड होने का मतलब क्या है. सो यू हैव टू बी वेरी सीरियस अबाउट योर लाइफ इफ़ यू वांट टू हैव अ स्टेबल लाइफ. स्टेबिलिटी, दैट इज़ द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ योर एडल्टहुड. Within the teenage you are very much chaotic, everything is very haphazard, multiple events happening in your life. But when you enter 25-26 years old, still the events will be happening in your life, but you have to find somewhere the stability within it कि मैं कैसे स्टेबल बनूँ अपने लाइफ पे, मेंटली, फिजिकली एंड ओवरऑल प्रोडक्टिविटी वाइज मैं कैसे स्टेबल बनूँ अपने लाइफ पे. तो वो सबसे ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है कि टीनेज माइट बी केओटिक. माई टीनेज वॉज ऑल्सो केओटिक. कॉलेज से स्कूल, लाइक कॉलेज से घर से कॉलेज, हर दिन इतने सेमिस्टर्स, इतने लाइक दोस्तों के साथ कम्युनिकेट करो, इससे उससे, लाइक केओटिक होता है लाइफ बहुत. लेकिन एक पॉइंट के बाद ना लाइफ में स्टेबिलिटी चाहिए, पीस चाहिए, मेंटल पीस चाहिए. एंड दैट इज़ द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट कि यू क्रेव फॉर मेंटल पीस एट एनी कॉस्ट. एंड नाउ इट इज़ आई फील इट इवन मोर. मुझे हर 2 हफ्ते में ना बर्नआउट फील होता है बहुत ज़्यादा. तो तब मुझे एक रीसेट चाहिए. एंड इफ आई डोंट गेट दैट रीसेट आई विल बी मोर फ्रस्ट्रेटेड. मैं फ्रस्ट्रेटेड हो जाऊंगा थोड़ा, मतलब मैं, मेरे पे उतना एंगर इशूज नहीं है, बट क्या होता है ना, मतलब कभी कभी ओवरऑल प्रोडक्टिविटी हैम्पर हो जाता है अगर मैं बर्न आउट फील करूँ तो दिस इज द बिगेस्ट डिफरेंस बिटवीन like being 20 years old and 26 years old. Have you ever done face stream before? Yes, I have done face streaming. You can check my channel, Sanjana. And Varun is asking Stoicism versus absurdism. Definitely absurdism, but at the younger age, you must tend yourself towards Stoic values, because Stoics really help you to create some unique values, focus on yourself, build your own physical health, sound physique, and sound mind. Stoicism is good for that. But after a certain point, you will not feel enough motivated by those Stoic quotes or Stoic writings or Stoic values. So then you have to go beyond and understand that life is absurd, and you have to don't always urge for purpose. Purpose will be there or might not be there, but you have to always live, exist within this planet, and contribute something. Maybe not always meaningful, but you must exist. Your existence is the biggest contribution on this planet, in my opinion. ये इंडियन है? नहीं भाई, इंडियन नहीं हूँ. क्या बोल रहे हो भाई? आई वॉन्ट टू रीड नित्सा. व्हाट बुक शुड आई रीड फर्स्ट? स्टार्ट विथ मैं तो बोलूँगा नित्सा के शॉर्ट स्टोरीज से स्टार्ट करो, देन मूव टू द गे साइंस, देन रीड genealogy of morality and beyond good and evil, then read the antichrist, then will to power, and finally you can move towards thus spoke Zarathustra. Although many people recommend thus spoke Zarathustra much earlier, but I don't, because I think if you read thus spoke Zarathustra that early, you might misunderstand Nietzsche and miss his whole context. So these books which I generally recommend, like specifically two books are there, like genealogy of morality and beyond good and evil. These two books are very much important to create the base level of Nietzsche and understanding why Nietzsche doesn't care for objective morality. So that's why I recommend these two books. And later you can try anything, like Ecce Homo is there. Ecce Homo is a very good book. Like it is a very fun book in my opinion. I posted on Ecce Homo, right? Thoughts on the trending self-love. Look, self-love is important, but most of the people on social media, I believe that they are narcissistic, and they don't really preach for self-love. Rather, they focus on narcissism and like somehow intellectualize narcissistic behaviors, which I don't agree with. I believe most of the people are inherently narcissistic on social media. Content creators are very much narcissistic. They will attack you, they will tell their followers to shadow ban you, constantly report you, comment vulgar things on you. They don't have the courage to have a one-to-one conversation with you. So this is a problem. In my opinion, self-love, the trend of self-love was always there. But you have to understand that what is self first. What is yourself? सेल्फ क्या होता है? अगर किसी का आत्म के लेके, मतलब खुद को लेके क्लैरिटी नहीं होगा, तो ही विल बी क्रिएटिंग ईगो अराउंड सम फॉल्स थिंग्स, वेरी मच टेंजिबल थिंग्स इन देयर लाइफ. अच्छा, योर वॉइस इज लाइक आशीष चंचलानी. रियली? I never knew, nobody said it, but yeah, once one guy told me you look like Ashish Chanchalani. I don't know. Acha, brother is asking, what darsana do you think, Buddhism included, has the best ethics? Best ethics, ethical values. By the standards of ethics, the best darsana might be either Jainism, Jain philosophy, or maybe I will be agreeing with Sankara's Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga is very much ethical and very much discipline oriented. So Bhakti Yoga is important. Manga recommendation: go for Sakamoto Days, Dandadan, newer shonen mangas, or you can go for some good seinen mangas as well, like Homunculus. I have already talked about. Downfall. Okay, Nijigihara Hologram. Then Inside Muddy. These mangas. Emanon is a fantastic manga. One of my favorite mangas. Okay. what do you think think about the errand symbolic to physical freedom or mental freedom? Neither. In my opinion, Arendt's concept of freedom is an objective freedom, not physical nor mental. It is objective freedom. So it can be associated with any form of freedom then, either physical or mental. But in my opinion, there is a better anime or manga regarding freedom, which is called Rainbow. You can try Rainbow. Rainbow is actually slightly better than Attack on Titan in the context of freedom itself. So you can try Rainbow manga or anime, whatever. Anime is like shorter version of the manga, so you must go for the manga in my opinion. Acha, what's the best advice would you give to a 17-year-old who is turning to 18? The best advice I will be giving to a 17 years old might be that. Just give me a second. So, best advice I will be giving to a 17-year-old teenager who is turning 18 will be that don't try to incorporate multiple things in your characteristic. Read them, understand them, try to reflect on them, but don't try to incorporate multiple things at the same times. Then you will be like jack of all trades, master of none, because you don't have that enough maturity to not incorporate with some things which don't belong to your cultural backgrounds or historical backgrounds. So you must understand your context and your life and your circumstances first. So observe, don't absorb, what I say always. So this is the best advice I can give to any teenagers, by the way, that observe but don't absorb. This is not the age of absorption. Generally on social media you will be seeing a lot of things, even my content included. I am not excluding my content. If you think my content is not worth to absorb, stop it. I don't urge you to get into a vicious cycle of absorbing something which is not producing something to your life. Stop it. Simple. Okay. So yes, I am 19 right now, but my life hits me when I was 5. Chris Majumdar is saying, I was raised by my grandparents. Very good. And I have been forced to be matured. I am mentally frustrated. No, you don't treat yourself like that, that I am frustrated due to being forcefully mature, because you have to understand what is maturity. If you are premature according to your age, then utilize it at proper stages, right? Like, for example, maturity is within that when you can smartly curate your career, you can smartly curate your emotional balance, you can smartly curate your relationships. So if you are mature, I will be saying premature according to your age, then utilize it properly, because any form of maturity shall not be wasted, in my opinion. No greater discipline than love. Yeah, kind of. Love is the biggest motivation, in my opinion. ऐसे कौन सा सवाल है जो आप चाहते हो कि हम ऑडियंस आपसे पूछे लेकिन कोई पूछ नहीं रहा? नया साल में कैसे बिताऊंगा, या व्हाट आर माय प्लान्स, और मे बी हाउ एम आई गोइंग टू प्लान माय फिलोसॉफिकल जर्नी दिस ईयर. अच्छा, साइनाथ इज सेइंग ऐसा. अच्छा, साइनाथ का तो आंसर मैंने दे दिया. Hi, hi, hello, hello. Have you read or watched Ray Zero? I have watched Ray Zero, not read Ray Zero. Achha, brother, suggest animes like Vinland Saga. Like Vinland Saga, you can try. I already recommended one, Rainbow. Rainbow is a fantastic anime. You can try Berserk's 90s anime. You can try Steins Gate. Although it is not like Vinland Saga, but philosophically it can be like similar, almost similar. It both talks about existentialism after all. So you can try Steins Gate. It is a sci-fi, although sci-fi manga, anime manga. You can try Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. By the way, it is one of the best existentialist shonen mangas and shonen animes, in my opinion. So you can try Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood if you like historical animes. You can try Kingdom's anime or manga, whatever. I have read the manga. I have not tried the anime, but you can go for the manga, Kingdom. Okay. Subjective question: will love exist without materialistic values? Yes, yes. Not in 21st century. I believe that most of the love stories we see here, those are materialistic. But beyond that, there are love stories which are unheard, which are not really curated or really marketed well. That's why we believe that love is inherently materialistic. No, love is not materialistic in my opinion. Most of the successful love stories are not dependent on materials, that are dependent on emotions, deep bondings at spiritual level. Sexual bondings, physical bonding, mental bonding, these three are very much important for creating a successful love story. So this is the thing in my opinion. Steingate speak, yeah, definitely. How would you rate Jojo's? 10 out of 10, definitely. It depends on the parts, although. Jojo's part 7 is my favorite, Steel Ball Run, which is having an anime adaptation. That is absolute cinema. 100 out of 10, even, I will be saying. Because that's my, like, favorite, one of the favorite seinen mangas of all time. And then I can tell you the other parts, like the part 3 and part 4 are 9 out of 10 easy. I like the part of Jolene, although many people hate the parts of Jolene, but I liked it. I kind of liked the way they executed the later story. And I don't like the Phantom Blood, although the part 1. So this is overall Jojo's is always 10 out of 10 due to pop culture relevance. Can you imagine like an anime and manga created in 80s and still being relevant so much? Like Araki is goated. Araki has no competition in my opinion when it comes to pop culture relevance for so much longer period of time. Like, yeah, One Piece is there, but One Piece is one standalone franchise, right? One standalone story. Jojo's is a vast number of like pop culture references and pop culture influence, in my opinion. Well, like also modeling references, like the character designs are phenomenal. In my opinion, Jojo's is fantastic. Anything which can be compatible with the pop culture relevance for a longer period of time, that must be compared with Jojo's first. So that's the thing. Acha. Zancon here. Hello, Zancon. How are you? Your views on Evangelion. Evangelion is phenomenal. Another thing which has a lot of pop culture relevance till date, psychological pop culture. Like, look, Evangelion is something different. Evangelion is a sci-fi mecha kind of anime, which isn't really sci-fi and mecha kind of anime. It is more psychological than that. And I believe that the downfall of anime industry, I think, have came since they stopped making such deeply psychological mecha animes. Like, I am a big fan of mecha genre, you all know, like Gundam series or 86, Code Geass, Evangelion, then Vision of Escaflowne. These are some immaculate, like these are the peak mecha animes. Right now we don't have enough good mecha animes. There was one, but it was so bad. The manga was great, but the from any media, Optimus Prime, definitely. Like since my childhood, it was my like dream to meet such a like such an alien boss species which is so much evolved, and Optimus has so much wisdom. One of the greatest leaders, one of the greatest, kya bol raha, matlab he is the greatest leader in my opinion in all of the pop culture. If I have to take the greatest leader's name, I will be taking definitely names of Erwin Smith, Optimus Prime, these characters. These are the important leaders who have shaped our like childhood, ki how you shall be philosophical and you shall be guiding your next generation as a leader. So Optimus Prime maybe. Bro, I asked you a question in comments. Which comments? I forgot it. Nischint is saying heartbreak got me. Was in a really dark place. Lost years, getting fit, getting into philosophy, getting close to God saved me. Very good. Very good. I appreciate it. Any philosophy or media recommendation to become emotionally strong? Neon Genesis Evangelion, that can make you really emotionally strong if you understand it properly. And if you don't understand it properly, then you can go for Vinland Saga definitely. or you can go for very good, making you emotionally strong, can be March comes in like a lion, or you can go for like any kind of slice of life. Good philosophical slice of life animes are important. Like Colorful is a very good anime movie. You can go for it. It makes you really motivated for life existing in this planet. Tetsuda, happy new year, let's go brother, thank you. Your thoughts on Rodoni Kenshin and Angel's Egg, both are impeccable, but Rodoni Kenshin's author is not impeccable. Somehow he created one very good IP, but he himself is a very pathetic guy. He's a pedo, and we must criticize that, in my opinion. But yes, we must like separate the art from the artist. So I appreciate the art, not the artist. Any prediction for 2026? Maybe 26 will be one of the greatest years for AI revolution. It's been 3 years we have not seen anything great about AI as a whole, artificial intelligence as a whole. Let's see what newer companies create for artificial intelligence. Like back in 2022, when ChatGPT came, it was a revolution, right? So since 4 years, almost 4 years have passed. Last year it was a great year for Gemini, and let's hope ki people will stop using AI for philosophy, culture, history, and art. These four things shall be excluded from AI. On other fields is fine, like on technological fields like coding and logical sense, like any kind of chatbots, helping, summarization. These things are fine with AI. I am not criticizing AI for everything. Like in the gaming sector, AI is very much important. Those people who criticize AI for anything, just barely making technological revolution, I believe that those people don't understand how AI works at all. And being an engineer myself who works in the machine learning field, I believe that AI must be studied well, and I recommend all of you to actually understand how, what is the workflow, what is the proper logical back end of AI, how artificial intelligence actually works, how the companies work, how the LLMs are being trained, and how the LLMs actually work. So that will be helping you more to understand AI. I understand AI. That's why I don't criticize every aspect of AI, but I criticize the artistic point of views, like creating art using AI, creating something. Look, AI is very good for like assistance, all these kind of things, but not on the image generation part or anime creation. Like I have seen many people who have used AI, like फिजिक्स वाला, ठीक है, अलक पांडे, कुछ दिन पहले उन्होंने भी एक एआई जनरेटेड एनिमे डिक्लेयर कर दिया, जो मुझे एकदम घटिया लगा कि ही हैज़ सो मच मनी, ही कैन हायर एक्चुअल एनिमेटर्स and give time to them. What are you doing, brother? How well do you think David production is gonna animate Steel Ball Run? Really good. I believe some things must be changed from the manga. Yes, there must be flaws as well, which are like with the character designs. They have changed some character designs, but overall I believe that they can handle it pretty well. If they are authentic with the only dialogues, then it will be fine. Not like One Punch Man season 3, in my opinion. Hey dude, thoughts on Hunter x Hunter? Impeccable. Ahana Ahanaf, it's fantastic, like one of the best world buildings, if not the best, because like I believe that Hunter x Hunter is the true definition of dark shonen, and many people really sleep on Hunter x Hunter. Like it. I like it so much. Views on Gintama. Gintama is also one of the best, but I have not completed Gintama. Like I don't know about the ending. But overall, what I have watched or read, Gintama was a solid 9 out of 10. It is one of the best historical mangas after all. Historical Japanese mangas. Apart from the comedy elements, Gintama has real good stuffs, and Gintoki itself is he is a very good main character. One of the best shonen main characters in my opinion. Many people really sleep on Gintama as well. एंड मॉडर्न सोनेन आने के बाद तो लोग देखते ही नहीं जिंतामा. मुझे लगता है कि आज के टाइम पे तो जिंतामा को फिर से लोगों को जोर ज़बरदस्ती दिखाना पड़ता है. इवन मैं खुद जिंतामा देखने का टाइम नहीं मिलता. न्यूअर एनिमेस आते ही जाते हैं, वो देखना पड़ता है. ऑल्दो दिस वाज अ वेरी गुड ईयर फॉर मी. आई वॉच्ड सो मेनी एनिमेस इन कंपैरिजन टू 2024. 2024 was not a great year for me as an anime watcher because I really slept on many animes. But 2025 was a great year for me for anime because I watched many animes, discovered some new mangas. So let's see how this year goes, like 2026, and I hope I will be watching newer animes and older animes as well. Many older animes. Like I am right now rewatching many 90s animes. You guys know I have been posting on 90s animes very frequently because I have found my love. I have redefined my love for 90s animes and 80s animes. So I always try to post on them. I download them on from Telegram or from pirated websites because on social media I never found them. And on Netflix those animes are not really available. The animation quality is still not that great. So I have to somehow find them from pirated websites. That's it. भाई आपकी favorite anime? Aditya is asking. Favorite anime? There are multiple favorite animes and anime movies as well. Favorite anime right now I can talk about Vinland Saga, which impacted me a lot. Steins Gate, okay, then Cowboy Bebop, Code Geass. These are few animes I can take names. Samurai Champloo, okay, and Rainbow I have already talked about. Berserk 1998. These are some of the fewest great animes which impacted me a lot. Like Evangelion 86, okay, then Akira movie, and Ghost in the Cell, okay, then Grave of the Fireflies. These are few animes which impacted me a lot at personal level. That's it. I sometimes really hope that there are mods who turn on slow chat. Okay, let me turn on the slow chat. Mm, yeah, I really need a mod actually who can turn on the slow chat. From PC, I guess I can control this. Give me a second. Acha. Entropy is asking, should author care about audiences or market on only their creativity? Audience and creativity. Although audience is also a part of the market itself because market attention depends on audience response. So I believe that a balance of both is important. Like for example, Fujimoto, Tatsuki Fujimoto, Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man is the biggest example how to balance between both things. Because Fujimoto successfully created a manga and IP which shows his creativity as well as how to serve the larger audiences. Huge pop culture influence. Like the last year was for Chainsaw Man movie, and Chainsaw Man movie was more successful than many Hollywood movies. So it shows that Fujimoto has created something which is worth to die for. That's it. Better adaptation of Wild West RDR2 or Steel Ball Run. It depends, brother. RDR2 is more realistic, na. So definitely RDR2. But from manga point of view, there is no other animes enough or mangas enough good in comparison to Steel Ball Run, except Green Blood. Green Blood is very good. Green Blood is, in my opinion, slightly better than Steel Ball Run because Steel Ball Run still mixes multiple elements of uh, a little bit fantasy elements. That's why I believe that uh, Green Blood is slightly better than Steel Ball Run in context of Wild West. You can try that manga, Green Blood. Okay. Then have you watched Trigun or read it? Yeah, I have watched Trigun. I never read the manga although. Uh, अच्छा अच्छा स्लो चार्ट कैसे ऑन करे एक बार बोलो. स्लो चार्ट ऑन करना पड़ेगा. स्लो चैट नहीं ऑन करे तो तुम लोग बहुत क्वेश्चंस एक साथ आने लगता है. स्लो चैट कहाँ से ऑन करे एक बार दिखाओ. बोलो बोलो बोलो. Hey Tetsu, what's your New Year resolutions? New Year resolutions will be to focus on my career, uh, create great content, and love my girlfriend as I love her like since 2020. So that's it. That's the only resolution I need this year. Nothing else. Like making a good family with my parents and my girlfriend. That's it. भाई ट्यूटोरियल देख लो अरे बाप रे नहीं अभी ट्यूटोरियल नहीं व्हाट्स योर थॉट्स ऑन হোমনকুলাস তেতসু দাদা ভাই অ্যাসাসিনেশন ক্লাসরুম কেমন লেগেছে দারুণ ফ্যান্টাস্টিক অ্যাসাসিনেশন ক্লাসরুম ইজ অ্যাকচুয়ালি गुड क्लासरूम ऑफ द एलिट से ज़्यादा बेहतर बिकॉज दैट वाज मोर फिलोसॉफिकल इन माय ओपिनियन assassination classroom Koro sensei right and it was great the ending was very sad although very very sad it broke my heart Tetsu अच्छा what are your thoughts on homunculus yeah homunculus मैंने बहुत बार बोला ना homunculus is one of my favorite seinen mangas it shows that how many people gaslight themselves when you are having a social interaction they are hiding their true intention true behavioral self and it is the true Jungian manga in my opinion it shows that how the psyche human psyche takes forms multiple forms and they can appear as multiple degrees multiple dimensions how to start 2026 just sleep on 31st December how to start 2026 jokes apart you start 2026 with 4 mottos in my opinion uh, study journal observe and reflect these four mottos are very much important in my opinion have you watched Oregairu and Orange yes both are very good great one of the best Acha, bro talks about how to dodge the question why you don't follow or believe in religion cause it's hard to explain as to older people what kind of question is that I don't understand you asked this question on my comment as well I could not fathom the question properly can you decode it properly like maybe destructure the question a little bit did you listen to Bertrand Russell's 1950 Nobel Prize speech yes if you didn't then search it I will be definitely posting on that one day अच्छा did you okay ये हो गया भाई Bhai, what were your thoughts on Javed Akhtar versus Mufti Saab? On the last live stream, we talked about that. Not on this live stream. We have talked about that a lot on the last live stream. मैंने खुद का opinion भी पढ़ के सुनाया था. Last like middle के section पे देखना मैंने पढ़ के सुनाया था. मेरा खुद का opinion मैंने लिख के रखा था. Okay. Philosophy of laziness. There is no philosophy in laziness. Laziness is a trait. You have to cure it. Simple. अच्छा. What about welcome to NHK? Another most motivational. ये जिसने पूछा philosophy of laziness तू भाई welcome to NHK देख बहुत बढ़िया है तेरे लिए काम आएगा actually one of the best animes to cure your mental nihilism constant paranoia कि भाई मैं ख़त्म हो जाऊँगा world is watching me this kind of things okay thoughts on the climber oh my god what are you asking like one of the best mangas out there one of the best sports mangas one of the most philosophical writings I have ever read मेरा मन है कि if I ever visit Japan I will be meeting the mangaka Sakamoto Shinichi he is one of my favorite mangakas and fantastic guy I follow him on Instagram by the way and he once shared one of my posts on Climber everyone talks about classic Evangelion its psychology collapse and isolation but I don't see much talk about regarding the rebuild actually I believe that Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0 was a very good movie many people criticize the rebuild movies but I believe that the conclusion of the rebuild movies were fantastic and specifically 3.0 and plus 1.0 how it concluded the whole series and showing Shinji redeeming himself and getting a proper happy ending was my mental health it fixed my mental health a lot like when I watched that movie and I regret ki I never watched that movie on the big screen in 2021 I never knew ki it came in India so that's a big regret Tetsuda tomar real naam ki Suvra bro you are looking like saved Nitsa what are you talking saved Nitsa mouse ta se bhai I am not angry like him can you can't do anything without reflection. Absolutely, reflecting is very much important as a guy. Like as an adult person, if you are not reflecting enough, then you are wasting your time, wasting your life, in my opinion. But yeah, proper reflection, not rage baiting. बहुत लोग reflection के नाम पे rage baiting करते हैं. Not like that. Okay. Hey, what are my best opinions, options? Sorry, if I want to dive into philosophies, here what I am looking for: hope, ambition, intensity, emotions. I am open to reading books, mangas, and animes. I recommend you then you go for not classic philosophical texts, you go for literature more, because literature is often delving into multiple complex things. In my opinion, to understand philosophy properly, you have to understand literature first. Literature is a very good way to deal with philosophy. Like my journey in philosophy started with literature itself. You go for Anton Chekhov, you go for Dostoevsky, you go for Franz Kafka, you go for Sarat Chandra Chattopadhyay, go for Bankim Chandra Bandyopadhyay, and then you go for Rabindranath Thakur, then you go for Tarashankar Bandyopadhyay. These are generational writers, in my opinion. So that's the thing. अच्छा ब्रो स्किप मी, क्या हुआ क्या हुआ क्या हुआ? स्माइली स्माइली स्माइल, कैन यू आस्क द क्वेश्चन once again? আর ইউ পলিগ্লট? আপনাকে তো অলরেডি বাংলা ইংলিশ হিন্দি বলতে শুনলাম। ইয়েস, তিন ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ অ্যান্ড a little bit of Telugu. I can understand Telugu, but I cannot speak properly Telugu. I have one of my cousins are from like Telangana, so I understand Telugu a bit, and I have some Mallu friends, so I know a little bit of Mallu, like Malayalam. So that's it. I'm not polyglot in my opinion. I cannot say that. Most of the Indians have to understand multiple languages because India has so many languages now. Like for example, if you are a Bengali, you can understand Assamese and Odia very easily because Assamese and Odia words are very similar to Bengali. So that's the thing in my opinion, that it is nothing about polyglot. It is about like situational evolution of human beings. Most of the Bengalis understand that. And what do you think about slam dunk in a philosophical way? Fantastic. The finding yourself through sports and the team spirit, the value of friendship. One of the biggest lessons I got from slam dunk, in my opinion. What do you think about the people is using religion for trend for real? I have talked about it ना कि ये लोग cloud chasers है. क्या होता है ना, religion is very easy to market and very easy to manipulate. When you are catering so many sheep, then it is very obvious that you can ensure a larger audience. ये लोग लार्जर ऑडियंस को केटर करना चाहते हैं. आई एम नॉट क्रिटिसाइजिंग देम फॉर देयर इंटेंट, रादर आई एम सेइंग कि उनके जैसे मत बनो, उनके जैसे सिप माइंडसेट पे मत चलो, उनसे बाहर आके सोचो, क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग रखो, थिंक स्ट्रेट, विवेक का इस्तेमाल करो. आई डोंट नो व्हाई आई एम साउंडिंग लाइक ब्रिगेडियर रुद्र प्रताप, बट वट एवर इट इज, विवेक का यूज करो, क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग, क्रिएट योर ओन थॉट्स, channel your own thoughts. Religion gives you comfort. I am not saying ki those people who are religious, they are bad people or they are delusional. Maybe they can be delusional, maybe they can be great wiseful people, I don't know, but I will not be following them blindly. Simple. Don't be a fanatic. If you respect your religion, be anything but a fanatic or a radical. That's the only thing I can advise as an adult, in my opinion. Why everyone hates Ayn Rand? Ayn Rand के राइटिंग ना मैं हेट नहीं करता, बहुत कॉम्प्लेक्स टू डिकोड होता है और बहुत लोग उसको फासिज्म के साथ रिलेट भी करते हैं क्योंकि आयन रैंड फार राइट राइटर थे एंड शी वॉज वेरी मच इंस्पायर्ड बाई फ्रेडरिक नीत्शे एज वेल. ऑल्दो कुछ लोग आजकल बोलते हैं कि आयन रैंड वॉज नॉट इंस्पायर्ड बाई फ्रेडरिक नीत्शे वॉज नॉट फार राइट. मे बी दैट वॉट एवर कॉन्ट्रोवर्सी, बहुत ही कॉन्ट्रोवर्सियल राइटर है आयन रैंड. मैंने पढ़ा है आयन रैंड के फिलोसॉफी, लाइक मुझे तो ठीक ठाक लगा. आई डोंट क्रिटिसाइज अ फिलोसोफर फॉर promoting his thoughts or catering his thoughts, but you have to understand that if someone is being so much dumb that he cannot understand the difference between theory and reality and the nuances that can come from the application of that theory, then blame that person, not the like the motivator or the writer. In my opinion, I can make anything radical. If I am a stupid person or I have some evil intentions, then I can utilize anything. I can utilize even the most wiseful person as well. I can take his name and do anything. But that's the thing, you have to understand the intention of the person who is doing it. So Ayn Rand का philosophy मुझे तो खराब नहीं लगा. She is controversial. That's the thing. Only. Acha, so should we be strictly nationalistic or should we be cosmopolitan? It depends on from which part of the globe you are. Like many people nowadays, many philosophical people nowadays think being nationalistic is highly irrational. Maybe if you are a Western person, because West has a notorious history of utilizing nationalism for colonialism, for promoting colonialistic behaviors. But you have to understand all the places which have been colonized, including my own country, India. I don't criticize any person for being nationalistic, rationally nationalistic, understanding the values of nation first and understanding why your nation is very much important. Many people think that, oh, nationalism is a tribal behavior. No, absolutely not. If that is the tribal behavior, then you are probably a person who believes on racial supremacy, because you think your race have never conquered anyone. But if I see that in a sense of Eastern person, a person whose country has been colonized, I feel it very much objectionable that you think our nationalism is bad, but when it is your country doing nationalism, then it is fine. American nationalism is highly glorified throughout the history of humanity. But no other nationalism, any form of other nationalism is highly criticized. When it comes to Indian nationalism specifically, I have seen many people saying ki, oh, Indians are highly nationalistic. So why say they shall not be? Their country's money has been looted. Our like generationally our ancestors have suffered. तो हम लोग क्या करें? हम लोग अपने देश के लिए भावुक है, इमोशनल है. I don't disrespect anyone's emotions for their country, for their land, for which their ancestors have fought. Definitely they will be patriotic, they will be nationalistic. Now many people say कि patriotism and nationalism are a bit different. Definitely they are a bit different. Nationalism is more political, patriotism is not that political. But definitely in a larger sense, both are almost similar. Both can drive you towards craziness, both can drive you towards progression as well. Like for India, nationalism is important. I don't criticize Indian nationalism as a broader sense, but if I find anything critical within it, I will be definitely criticizing that as well. Like for example, many people utilize nationalism, Indian nationalism, for their own monetary advantages, like creating unnecessary drama within the nationalistic thoughts. That's a separate thing. I definitely criticize that. But as a larger part of India, I don't criticize nationalism because it was within our history. Our history of independence has been 150 years. Our constitution was made with so much profanity. डॉक्टर बी आर आम्बेडकर से स्टार्ट करके इतने बड़े बड़े लोग इस नेशनलिस्टिक मूवमेंट पे साथ थे. बंकिम चंद्र ने इतना बढ़िया एक राइटिंग लिखा था हमारे नेशनलिस्टिक थिंक को मोटिवेट करने के लिए. इंडियंस थिंक कुछ हाइपर इंटेलेक्चुअल खुद को जो समझते हैं वो लोग बोलते हैं कि यार ये नेशनलिज्म खराब है, ये इंडियंस को पीछे ढेल रहा. नहीं, नॉट लाइक दैट. इफ यू रैशनली क्यूरेट योर नेशनलिज्म एंड यू कैन कंट्रोल इट कि हाँ हर चीज में नेशनलिज्म नहीं घुसड़ना, देन इट इज अ वेरी हेल्दी थिंग. You can respect your culture, you can understand the differences between the Western civilization and their colonial behavior towards the Asians and the other people. So nationalism is important. I support their nationalism. I support any form of nationalism if it is not contradictory with each other. That's it. Simple. Your opinion on Ayana Koji? I didn't have any kind of emotions towards watching Classroom of the Elite. It was fine. It was tik-tak. Ayana Koji is a good character, not greatest of all time. Bro, you can yap so much at any topic. Yeah, I am a professional yapper. You guys fund for it. Yeah, definitely. You guys motivate me to yap actually. So many questions I have to yap, right? Thoughts on Usogui manga? I have already talked about it. Fantastic, one of the best. Dada, what's your thought about rational and irrational mindset? I believe that a rational mindset knows when to stop and an irrational mindset doesn't know when to stop. This is the biggest difference. Rational mind can understand that how the natural metamorphosis of logic happens and irrational mind doesn't. They can create their own asmani logic, irrational minds often create, and rational minds understand the logic within itself and the patterns. They can learn from the patterns of the history or culture. They respect the history and culture more and less. Okay. I want to know how to tell someone, mainly older people, as they say there is a God. Acha. You cannot deny, because we are worshipping it definitely for the entire time. As I say, I am an atheist definitely. Like, you don't have to convince them that there is no God. Definitely, if they understand the importance of God, look, if you are an atheist, you have to understand the history of atheism as a whole. There are multiple kinds of atheists. Nietzsche was an atheist as well, but Nietzsche never said that the urgency of God is not important, but he said that we must understand and create the values of God itself. If there is no Christian God, there is no values within Christianity, we have to create the higher values. That's how he was an atheist, but he also valued the concept of God itself. So you must not challenge their understanding of God, rather you have to redefine their understanding of God. That's the biggest challenge as an atheist for you in 21st century, in my opinion. Acha. Making a reading list, suggest an introductory book for epistemology. Acha. For epistemology, I recommend you books of, like, if you are into Eastern philosophy, jodi tomar Eastern philosophy bhalo lage, I'll be recommending you go for any kind of Sankha philosophy. Sankha philosophy के ऊपर recently मैंने एक book खरीदा, ये वाला book, Sankha Sara. It is one of the best books for understanding epistemology in Indian philosophy. And for Western philosophy, you can go for any classical epistemological book. You can go for, specifically, I will be recommending you the books of David Hume and Berkeley. They were great epistemological philosophers, in my opinion. अरे यार भाई, कुछ जल्दी उठने के बारे में बताओ यार. अगर मैं जल्दी उठूँ तो बहुत हेल्प होगी लाइफ में. जल्दी सो जाया करो. Or create a good like sleep cycle. My sleep cycle is really good. I sleep within 1 p.m. I wake up every day at any cost. मैं बाहर जाऊँ ना जाऊँ, मेरा 7 बजे नींद उठेगा ही खुलेगा. And कुछ दिनों से मेरा sleep cycle बिगड़ चुका था. एक हफ्ता अगर अच्छे से नींद आ जाए तो you can fix your sleep cycle. That is more important. You have to fix your sleep cycle. You have to force yourself to sleep. मम्मी को बोलो माथे पे मालिश करके नींद आ जाएगा. 2 दिन अच्छे से सो, देखना तुम्हारा स्लीप साइकिल ऑटोमेटिकली ठीक हो जाएगा. थोड़ा एक्सरसाइज करो, बॉडी को एग्जॉस्ट करो. मैं जब जिम करता था, अभी तो जिम नहीं करता, जब जिम करता था ऑटोमेटिकली नींद आ जाता था. रात को स्क्रॉल करने का मन नहीं करेगा, इतना बॉडी एग्जॉस्ट कर दो कि घर आके मन करेगा अरे सिर्फ खा के मैं कैसे भी बिस्तर पे जाके सो जाओ. ये माइंडसेट क्रिएट करो. Specifically in winter, it is very good for like working out. I shall not be advising you because I am not working out right now. But specifically, I have done it right in 2022, 2023, 2024. Since past 1.5 years, I have not touched anything in workout. I am being honest. That's why my physique is a bit like dull right now, and I feel guilty for that because I don't have enough time to do any kind of workout. I'm building my own setup in my house although, and hopefully in 2026 I will be coming back to gym sessions, and that will be great in my opinion. Okay, that's how to gain knowledge on psychological words prescribed by you in your contents. Look, I mostly post on Carl Jung and Sigmund Freud, right? So you can go for Sigmund Freud's book. This book is very important. My contents are often inspired by this book, Sigmund Freud's this book, Everyday Psychology. Okay, Psychology, Everyday Life. This book is very good. You can start with this book. Okay, and I take inspiration from this book particularly. Although I think Sigmund Freud is not my favorite philosopher. Obviously, it will be always Carl Jung and Viktor Frankl. You can go for Viktor Frankl himself. तो इन दोनों का बुक्स ट्राई कर सकते हो for psychology. They are great. Okay, top 5 Eastern philosophers. I will be taking name of number 1 Adi Sankaracharya, then second must be Buddha, Gautama Buddha. Third will be for me, I will be recommending Jida Krishnamurti. He is a great Eastern philosopher. And fourth will be I will be taking name of probably Nagarjuna, and fifth will be Abhinav Gupta, the great Kashmiri Saivism philosopher. I have read only one book of him, but still he was greatly impactful in my opinion. I have to still discover many other philosophers in Indian philosophy itself. Okay, how to be confident? Read, study, be confident with your knowledge. If you create enough knowledge ना, you will be confident with yourself कि हाँ मेरे पे knowledge है, मैं बात कर सकता हूँ लोगों से. I can talk with people. I have enough knowledge about this context, particular context, so I will be enough confident to talk about it. Okay, so are you an empiricist or rationalist? Empiricist, definitely. I will be calling myself more empirical than rational, because no person can be absolutely rationalist in my opinion. But yes, it is like a balance of both, like rationalism and empiricism, both things I utilize myself for. Like logical part, I take the logical part from rationalism, and I take the epistemological part from empiricism. So both I can mix and blend them. So I cannot call myself any way that I am particularly empiricist, but I tend more towards empiricism, because one of my favorite philosophers is John Locke and David Hume. Both were empiricists, and I like them a lot. John Locke is one of the best like philosophers in my opinion, and recently I had a like conversation with one of my co-content creators on democracy, and I talked him about John Locke. I told him to study John Locke to understand democracy even better, liberty, liberalism, all these kind of things. So yeah, definitely in my opinion empiricism is great. How to understand tough literature and references? It is a very tough word. I have not mastered it yet. You can take help of dictionary or Google in my opinion simply, or take relevance of other writers or other writings of the same writer. That will be great in my opinion. Okay. Dada, what's the meaning of oblomovism? Huh? What is that? I don't know. Oblomovism. पहली बार नाम सुना भाई. Is a literary and cultural term described in extreme inertia. No idea. It was created by one psychologist, I guess, Ivan Goncharov's novel Oblomov. No, I haven't read this. Oblomov पढ़ा नहीं मैंने. Thoughts about existentialism versus absurdism. Which is more overall better or more followed? More followed is definitely existentialism. On pop culture you will be finding more about like existentialism in comparison to absurdism. But when it comes to practicality, in my opinion, absurdism is more important. That's it. Prove your thumbnail. Okay, so let's come back to thumbnail because before we sum it up, because I hope this live session was important for your starting of 2026. What I am saying ki to start the 2026, the only advice, the 46 people are watching this video, and the only advice I will be giving all of you, that don't waste your life just lying on the bed and rotting on the bed, constantly scrolling the like phone. Rather take that time to do something else. I am not saying ki cut off yourself from phone completely. Take help of the Android you are using or the PC you are using, and do something great, do something creative. Maybe influence yourself into art, read something beyond your culture, like constantly observe and absorb your circumstances, your life, your relatives, your parents, your loved ones. You observe them, their behavioral patterns, and on the basis of that, reflect actively. Because if you stop reflection, what I say, if you stop reflection, your life will be seized. You will be like a stopped stone. You have to constantly move, or else the mosses will gather. For which, what sense I am talking about mosses? What is moss here? The moss is the rigidity of mind, which will stop you from constantly evolving as a human being, internally and externally. So you have to understand that constantly moving is very much important as a human being. So don't waste your time just doing nothing, just doing and absorbing multiple things at the same time. Rather observe and reflect. That's it. So thank you for joining. I hope Indian मुसासी नहीं भाई, मुसासी तो नहीं है. चलो ठीक है, आज के लिए इतना ही. again I will be doing a live stream from College Street. I have told about that already. Next live stream will be from outside my room. First time I will be going outside and doing a live stream. I hope it will be fun, and maybe on the next week we will be doing that live stream on College Street. Maybe on the next week. Let's see. Okay, चलो bye brother, bye. चलो सब लोग bye करो निन्नी, goodbye brothers and sisters. Have a great year ahead, and I hope you will be reflecting actively. चलो bye for now.